Hi there, this is Amanda from AmandaSchroeder.com, and today we are going to talk on Adobe Photoshop Elements, and this is video 3 of a series on how to work Adobe Photoshop Elements. And today we're going to talk on layers. We're not going to do a lot today, we're just going to talk on it so that you understand what they are. So Photoshop uses layers, and layers are like stack of paper, and you can see through transparent areas of the layers to the layers below, and you can move layers to position the content on the layer, like sliding a sheet of paper in a stack. So I'm going to explain that. One, this is the layer system. This is the layer dialog box right here, and this is the bottom of the pile, and this is the top. And so this is our stack right now. You can have as many pieces of paper in your stack as your computer allows for memory. So I know I've had, a lot of layers in some of my projects, 30, 40, 50 layers in one project, just because each piece I brought in needed to be put in another layer so I could manipulate it. So when they're talking about transparency, as you notice, this flower, which is this one right here, this flower layer is just two flowers, one on this side and one on that. When you see this diamond looking piece of paper, that means that the rest of this paper is transparent. So the only thing that's not transparent are the two flowers. And so when I choose or select this specific layer, and you notice how it's darker than all the others, then I can actually move this around. And when I was saying that you can slide a layer like a sheet of paper in a stack, what it's talking about is the fact that I can move this layer, and you notice how it's got an edge here, what looks like a piece of paper. Well, I'm moving this piece of paper within the stack wherever I want, and I'm sliding it back and forth through the stack. So I hope that's understandable. Then I can also, with this whole thing, I can actually change the opaqueness of a layer. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce everything perfect, but anyways, so I can change the level of darkness that this flower has, or the fact that I can see through it or not see through it. How about that? And so transparency, that's the word I'm looking for. So 50%, all of a sudden the flower is a lot lighter. So, and this is really nice for all kinds of reasons. Say you have something underneath it and you want to be able to see through to the other layer, or you don't want the intensity of color, but you want the actual flowers. So it's a great tool. Then you can also use layers to do special effects, and right now this flower has got special effects on it. I'm going to clear that, and I'm just going to, right here, this has got a special effect, and when you see an FX on a layer, that means there's some kind of special effect happening right now. And what the special effect is that there's a drop shadow, which is making the piece of paper kind of look, or the layer look like it's actually coming off the page, or it's actually sitting on the other layer. So instead of just kind of looking like it's melded right into the page. So you do this by, well, let's add some, you can add drop shadowing to your lettering, for instance. So, and all of a sudden you've got quite interesting lettering, which you can then change how much shadowing you have and the distance in which you have to, and then you can change how dark the shadow is, and there's all kinds of stuff we can do. I will show you more about layers and how they work, so in videos to come. And then the other thing about layers that's really cool is the fact that you can use it to organize yourself. So say you have, because I know some of my projects have had up to, you know, 30, 40, 50, I don't even know how many layers some of my projects have got on them. But when you've got that many layers, sometimes it's hard to work with them if they just say they're layer 2. Because I'll show you actually, blank, because some things are very tiny and you can't see them. You can tell I have a dog. So let's see if this is visible. So say you make a really tiny bone, right? In your, and this is another layer that I've just added to this. So I've added a layer. Now this is the layer right here. Can you tell what it is? No, I can't tell what it is. And if my cursor isn't on it, I wouldn't have a clue of what it was. So what I usually do is I name my layers, because that way then I can organize my layers and know exactly, oh, where is that bone on the layer? Like, yes, I can click on it, but if I'm over here working already, it's just easier if I can see what, oh, that's where it is, you know? So I actually rename the layer. Now there's a couple ways. I just right click to get this dialog box, and then I can rename the layer. I can also double click on the text and it opens the text box to rename it, and I can also double click on just the layer and it brings up the text box. And so then I can write in that it's a bone, and if they had different color bones, I'd call it the blue bone. But that's how that works. So so the other thing that's really cool about layers is that they don't have to stay in the same order, because I can change, say I want layer 2 to go up above the flowers. So I would grab and grab with my left mouse button and hold it down and drag it up. Oh, that didn't. Hold it down and drag it up, and then let go of the mouse, and all of a sudden, oops, the layer is on top of the flowers. Now, I don't like that, so I'm going to put it below the flowers. So I'm going to do again, left click of the mouse, hold down the mouse, and drop it underneath the flowers, and all of a sudden your flowers are up above the overlay. So just to explain some of the things, anything that's got kind of like this right here is an overlay and this is an overlay. The reason I say those is because you can actually, there's a lot of transparency here, and so you can lay this over something and make it look pretty, but you don't have to do a lot of placement. It's already set up for you. And this one too, someone's done a great job of making a beautiful space for a picture, or just to make something look a little more grungy, because that's what the picture's called actually. So this is the other thing about layers that's really handy is the fact that once you pull the picture, this picture right here is this picture right here. And what I did was when I pulled this, I'm going to actually hide that layer, but when I pulled this over here, it became a totally different entity to this. So that means that when I change this picture, it doesn't affect this one. So you're not ruining your pictures. And this is something that I really like, because oftentimes if you know you're going into an image and you're changing the color, or you're or you change the shape, and if something goes wrong, if you're using the original, you damage it, and good luck trying to get it back. So the nice thing about Adobe Photoshop is the fact that you can bring it into a situation like this and not have it destroyed, and work on a totally it's indestructible. Like, I mean, it's it doesn't damage the content of the original photo. So anyways, I hope this is helpful, and I think I've kind of blathered or gone on a little long, so I hope this is helpful, and look forward to talking to you a little bit more about, or actually diving into actually doing some pages. So have a great day, and God bless. Take care. Peace out.